So many families with children impacted by social media have been watching this trial very closely, including the family of Michigan teen Jordan DeMay. He died by suicide when he was just 17 years old after being tricked into sharing explicit images on Instagram. The people behind that sextortion scam are now behind bars, but Jordan's loved ones are still focused on the apps that those predators used to reach their son. I'm joined today by Jordan's father, John DeMay. John, I am so sorry for your loss and what happened to your family and your son. I want to first start by asking you about your son's story and how did these social media apps impact Jordan and your family?
Hey, Tom. Thanks again for having me on. I really appreciate it to be back. Jordan was an amazing young teenager. He was a dual sport athlete, honor roll student, just a well-rounded young man, getting ready to graduate high school. He was 6 weeks from graduation and turning 18 and stepping into that first leap of faith into adulthood. But unfortunately, social media took everything in the wrong direction one crazy night on March 25th, 4 years ago. When he was approached by a young lady named Danny Roberts on an Instagram message that just said hello. And he started communicating with Miss Danny Roberts around 10 o'clock that night. And then eventually what happened is she convinced him to send a nude image of himself, which he did. And then the extortion started. It was immense pressure and constant extortion and manipulation, trying to get him to send more money, and he sent money, and that wasn't enough, and they kept coming back at him, and finally got to the point where he just couldn't take it anymore, and he ended up taking his life at 3:45, less than 6 hours from the time that he received his first message in the middle of the night while I was sleeping upstairs.
John, I can't even imagine that. I am so sorry. You have been outside the courthouse for some of Meta's other trials. What's your reaction to the fact that they've settled this massive case and that all of the evidence will not be made public?
Well, that's the big thing for us, too. It's not so much about the money. I think that's an important part in the long term. There was a civil suit that was prevailed by the plaintiff for around $6 million against Meta. That's the California case just a few months ago that I attended to in Los Angeles. At the same time, the New Mexico attorneys general filed suit and won $350 million, and I believe the judge actually awarded another $500 million on top of that. So this is the third case that that Meta has lost, and the big thing for us in fighting this fight is trying to get the information out. Because what they're telling the public and what they're actually doing behind the scenes are completely two different things. And the evidence that I saw come out in the Los Angeles courtroom was quite damning. And this isn't necessarily about a free speech issue. I know a lot of the Net Choice and some of the other lobbyist groups that are getting paid by Meta to infiltrate some of our politicians are using that as a crutch. But this is about product design. This is about a company building a product that's pushing out to our young people in this country and in the world, for that matter, that's really not safe. And the parents can only do so much, right? It's certainly our responsibility to make sure we're keeping track and doing those things, but we also have to provide a safe product for our kids to use in this country, whether it's a car, an automobile, bicycles, these laptops, the technology. Every company in this country has the duty to provide products that are safe for consumers. And right now, the tech industry and social media companies specifically are unregulated, and it's time for some change. And I think that's what's happening now. So the money's great. I think that's where we can pinch on small business or large business in this country. It's either civil litigation by filing lawsuits, which has been a challenge with Section 230, and then the only other way would be to provide federal legislation with laws such as KOSA, the Accountability Act that's gone through, and there's several other bills that we've tried to get across the finish line, especially Kids Online Safety Act, which basically just provides a duty of care to these companies to provide safe products for youth, and it's not getting across the finish line. There's a lot of hurdles in the House of Representatives right now with that. So it's a challenge. So this is a good start and a great putting the ship in the right direction, if you will.
For other parents out there who are worried about these social media apps and what's going to happen in the future, and we just heard there from Christine that TikTok and YouTube have to be on board as well for these damages to go through. What's your advice to parents tonight?
There's a lot of moving parts to this, right? And I'm a parent too. I did everything I could do, and Jordan was young to build a wall between his social media use and or lack of social media use, and even the technology itself. But parents have to be diligent. Just because they're going to make some changes, which is great, we still have to be diligent on paying attention to what they're doing on these apps, what apps they have, keeping devices out of their private spaces, especially late at night. Those are really important things, and we have to be involved in their tech use. And we can't let up our guard, but we also have to demand that social media companies are doing the right thing and building their products and designing their algorithms and designing their features in a safe way that we can, as parents, can feel comfortable that our young people are on it and being safe when they're there. Because right now it is not.
John DeMay, again, we are so sorry for your loss. We thank you for coming on here and sharing your story and giving us your insights tonight.
Thanks a lot, Tom.